All right, I hope we're back on here. We had a little technical difficulty. I promise I paid the bill. Pope County got an and one. That's what my lovely fiance or wife-to-be always says when the internet's not working. She says, I swear I paid the bill. So we'll see if we're back on here. Hope we are. Score's 28-10, Pope County, and we got a little under 46 seconds to go. First free throw. Good. Carly bringing it up. I'm assuming Coach Lawler is going to want to hope for one shot here.
We got 36 seconds left before halftime.
Definitely. He was wanting to try to hope for one shot, but it just didn't work out. And I think if Coach Lawler would have a gripe there, it was that he would like to see Carly stop that ball about the volleyball line and hold that up for one shot. But that's just, she's handling the point now. If she gets it back, she's probably just going to take the two here now. 19 seconds to go. Get a foul. We're going. If you don't hear any talking for here a brief moment, I'm gonna make sure we're back on the wire here. I've got several people actually messaging me, told me that we weren't on the wire, so just making sure. And this is actually Coach Oxford too, but the official Brett Oxford's wife actually just messaged me and says the game's going to be back on tonight. I'm watching Brett from home, so yeah, definitely trying to hook you up there on that. Sam said it's working, so we're back on. Thank you, honey, for that lovely text. Look, almost got away with a double dribble there. That's going to be back and forth.
Okay, 10 seconds left here.
I tell you what, the defense by the Lady Hawks have just been nothing short of fantastic. Coach Lawler definitely got to be happy about that. Carly clears it out here. 8 seconds to go. She's going to take it herself, I would imagine. She does. A lot of contact, no call. He stole this one out of Coach Anderton's playbook. This is the only out-of-bounds play Coach Anderton runs right here. He loves this play. He said, if you do it right every time, you get a bucket. That's what he said. No good. And at halftime, we have 30-13. Gallatin County Lady Hawks are up. And I believe we'll get a performance out of our cheerleaders at half, or no, just tonight?
Well, it looks like they are getting prepared. That's what I was going to talk about earlier. Something different at our girls' games this year, because our cheerleaders typically don't come to girls' games, so it's kind of exciting to see that they are here. That's, I guess, one blessing out of COVID is they're coming to cheer at the girls' games, so we get to see a little performance from them. I kind of like them being here too, because it's not so quiet.
Me too, definitely, me too.
It adds just a little bit of
basketball feel.
Spirit, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
As always, a great job by.
Good performance by the cheerleaders.
And it looks like Miss Denson's trying to roll it back one time, but she's not going to get it done, I don't think. Coach Herman actually just made reference to that. So what did you think about the first half?
I was impressed with our girls. I mean, this is the first time that I watched their game online, but it's the first time I've seen them play live. So, like I said before, I actually am excited to see how many girls we have scoring. With last year losing 3 talented seniors.
Very talented seniors.
We have a very young team this year with only the 1 senior, and she's never really even played. So I was wondering what it would be like, and I love to see these people that have stepped up, like Sydney and Haley now with being the senior,
and Vickery having a really good first half.
Vickery is having a great first half.
What really sticks out to me is that the effort that they're getting. That's as a coach. Obviously, you love to have a kid that makes every shot that they shoot. That's obviously that's a no lose situation answer. But what a coach would really tell you realistically, if I can have anything, I want 5 girls, boys, or whatever out there playing as hard as they can for the duration of the game, and Coach Lawler's had that tonight.
Yeah.
He's had really good effort early, and at times there's been some little hiccups and some mistakes, but that's what's going to happen when, once again, I keep alluding to, you haven't played for a year, and then he's got a lot of new moving parts. I mean, half of this roster was in junior high last year, so definitely the speed and the depth and the competition has been a big step up for him. But I tell you what, they really handled it well. And that just goes back to, what all of our coaching staffs on all the levels, the time that they put into. Me and my assistant coach one time sat down and we calculated what we had figured up into it in an hour, and it roughly approximated out to about 38 cents.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm sure.
so it's you definitely pour your heart and your soul into it, like we all do, and it's just absolutely showing. And that's always what I thought. The biggest takeaway from Coach Lawler, and I won't always call him Matt because he's my best friend, but what I always sticks out to me is his kids are going to play hard, because that's the kind of the cloth we're cut from. We're competitive, and I mean, it drives my fiance absolutely nuts how competitive we are. Me and my boy Ben were out on the Little Tykes goal the other day, and he was trying to slam dunk it on me, and I was blocking it every time. And she said, "You need to let him score." And I said, "He can score when he can score. Nothing's easy. Nothing's easy. I'm not giving it to him." Now, she walked away, and I did let him lay one in on me, but I didn't let him dunk. So,
not taking it too far.
But that's definitely the mentality that Coach Lawler and Coach Herman, for that matter, that's how they teach it. You compete and you try hard your best. And
that's what I was going to say. I mean, I think part of what we're seeing tonight is since Coach Lawler got hired, he has just been so passionate and so excited about this season. And that energy has completely overflowed to our girls. And I have been amazed to see, because, sometimes girls are kind of like, we don't care to practice. We don't really want, it's just not the same mentality as boys. But these girls, even during the times we couldn't practice, they were begging to do something. I mean, they were just ready to go. They wanted to be out there shooting and getting better. And to me, I think that shows a lot about Coach Lawler, because his passion is completely overflowing to them.
Oh, absolutely. And it's contagious. Positive energy, it's so cliche, and there's some people that don't believe in it, maybe at home rolling their eyes, but it definitely is. It's like we talked about on the last broadcast, is that kids see through you. They know what you're all about and what you're not about. And if you're phoning around about being serious, then they're going to phone you around about being serious. But if you know anything about Matt, Coach Lawler, whatever, he's serious and he's all about it. But I tell you what, he's got a love for anybody he ever coaches. But I'll tell you this, how competitive he is. If we started a hopscotch league out here at this school and he coached it, it would be the most competitive hopscotch league in the entire GEC, I can assure you, because that's just, he doesn't know any other way. And Coach Herman and him, they definitely work really hand in hand in him and well together, because they believe the same kind of things. I mean, they demand that their kids are good kids, and that's something to me that, I mean, look, we all want to win, but now that I'm a parent, I understand there might be just a little bit more to this thing than putting the points up on the board. He demands that they be good kids, and they don't mess around in class and stuff like that, and that's the measure of, that's what we want our coaches to do. I mean, I know we want to win regionals and hang banners. That's the obvious answer, but you want coaches that are going to help raise and shape young minds, and that's what I think sometimes gets lost. It's like it's not win at all cost,
right.
And a lot of people think that about coaches, but these coaches are like Coach Lawler, when we had that little mini shutdown for the school, he's out there texting the girls, making sure they don't need anything. You're doing okay. In the group, they're in the group chat. If you need something, let us know. And that's just what happens when you're just a good person and a great coach. Those two go hand in hand.
I agree.
So.
And for the Pope County people watching the broadcast, we wish we knew more about your team to talk about that, because I know that, one of the unfortunate things this year is parents not getting to see their kids at away games, and that as a parent would be super hard.
Devastating.
It would be very devastating. Hard. So I'm thankful for technology that allows us to bring this broadcast to people, because if I'm the parent sitting at home, I definitely want to see my kid as much as possible, especially if they're junior or senior year and they're not getting many games left.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. And yes, and I actually got to speak of the last team we played, Galatia and the boys. Jim Ritchie and me actually had a couple a little Facebook exchange, just thinking, and he said, and I once again apologize to him that I didn't know as much about him as I really wish I would have and stuff. And he said, Bryce, just the fact that you guys know. You guys are broadcasting and they're getting to see their kids play where else they wouldn't. That means more to them than you'll ever know. And I'm really glad that the school has put this on, because this is really good. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a grandparent or a parent and this is my kid's last 7 or 8, 10 ball games and not getting to watch. That would just be terrible.
I know it.
So, Polk County's girls come out from the commons. That just,
not the locker room.
That's just kind
of. We can't have locker rooms, so.
Yeah, that's different for sure.
It's different.
That's different. It kind of, it's just, there's so much that's changed, but I think that's the big thing about playing basketball, Jerry, is that once we get the ball inbounds, that's the most normal that it's been for these kids the last year and a half. Yep. I mean, that's. And
like I talked about, I think I talked about it last broadcast, but even that first day that we were able to play, it felt, even during the school day, a sense of normalcy.
Yes.
And I think people felt that. Everybody felt that, at least we're getting one thing back. Even the kids that don't play sports, they just still could feel that excitement for,
definitely,
for something
definitely.
Being back to normal.
Once again, excitement is just like positive attitudes and positive energy. It's contagious. I mean, you're excited. I'm excited for you for being excited. I mean, it's really, yes. I mean, that's what I told Brian Hargrave the other day. I said, just something about when the ball got dropped on the court just felt right. It felt like, man, maybe this is the start of getting back to picking up where we left off, So it's just been really exciting. So getting underway here, and here's another fact. I'm not sure if we did, we had one maybe jump ball, and I can't remember the last time we didn't have a jump ball, like 3 or 4 jump balls and a half, and we had like one.
I think we did have just one.
It's crazy. So Carly going to bring the ball across the timeline here. Polk County is back into their man-to-man defense. And the good thing about having Jerry on the broadcast is your guys are going to get a quarter change, whereas the games that I did, it was the first quarter, no matter what quarter it was. So down to Kenzie. Kenzie squaring up. Not there. Kicks it out to Sydney. Love that she didn't force that shot. And so did Coach Laura. You could hear him say, good. Oh. It's going to stay right here. Stay right here. Coach Laura expecting Sydney, when she gets that ball, immediately look down low. And that's just something that'll happen over time, especially as she gains more confidence. But I can just tell you the confidence is just beaming off of her more so than it was this time last year.
Yep, I definitely agree with that.
Vickery surveying. Sydney comes up, catches the ball, squares up nicely. Looks like they're in a little bit of flex motion here. This is make the defense work. You're going to get a good look if you're patient. And I guarantee you that there's. Carly catches it into a pile of Pirates. Good hustle, but she's on the out-of-bounds line. Turnover by the Lady Hawks.
Something else I've noticed just in this short time watching them is Carly's different as well in a good way. I mean, she's taken on more of a leadership role, and I feel like she's settling into that role very well.
Definitely. Definitely. You have to definitely have. Last year, it was kind of a perfect scenario for Carly. She comes in, there's great senior leadership from the 3 we mentioned earlier. She gets to learn what it means to be a leader. How do I have to conduct myself? How do I have to carry myself? And now this year, she's kind of, if you think about it, her and Kenzie are kind of the old heads of the group.
Right.
With one senior like you allude to, and that senior hasn't played a whole lot. Off on Polk County, we're going to have Gatton County ball here. Carly to take it out. Carly crosses the timeline here. She's one to set up in their set. Looks like a little stagger low, one low high. Polk County with the rebound. I love the way Sydney gets back on defense. That is great. That is all Sydney Bickett right there. When she didn't touch it, that is beautiful. That is textbook. There is a smile under that mask, even though they turned it over. He is happy. Coach Lawler is happy about that. Sydney beat the girl to the spot, turns, get herself in position, doesn't foul, and doesn't touch the ball after it goes out of bounds. Beautiful. Across the timeline. Waldney up to McKenzie. Great look. Got to finish that, and she knows that. That was a great look by Gwaltney. 3 if it goes, no good. Kenzie with a good rebound. Looks like here early on, Gwaltney's come kind of like demanding the ball a little bit more. Definitely she'll get more comfortable as the year goes on, playing with new batch of friends and new teammates. Carly and Kenzie in a little bit. Great pick and roll.
Awesome play there.
That is a Coach Herman special there. He loves the old pick and roll. Coach Lawler was, I guarantee he was loving to put that in his offense. He loves that play too. Polk County up 2, good. And that all was because they didn't cut off baseline side. And if this audio is very good, you can hear Coach Herman go, oh, baseline side. Definitely got to cut off the baseline, shove them to the middle to your help. But that's what a young team does. They give up baseline, they get out of position at times.
Another one.
There we go. That play is tough to defend unless you just sell out, because she catches that ball down there. Unless you got a step ladder, you're not getting to it. And she does a great job. Usually people with size, Andrew Drone, I'm going to pick on you if you're listening, he would bring it down to his ankles, which is still taller than most people can reach anyway, but he would bring it down there and drive you nuts. He'd get a jump ball like, we call him Droney. Droney, get that ball up around your chin. Nobody can grab it then. And she doesn't do that. If you watch her, when she gets that ball, it goes to the stars, and I love that. First one was up and good. Second one, no good. Vickery almost had the offensive rebound. Bot for 2, no good. McKenzie, there's my jump ball. I watched McKenzie get a double foul one time at Galatia. She got into a tug of war with a girl.
I was there.
And that was
was intense.
That was a rebound now. That was big girl stuff there. That's kiddie time's over. Get out of the kiddie pool. That's the big area. That's a deep end. She did. Got a travel here. Galton getting ready to take over. Polk County going to come out in a little bit of man-to-man pressure. It'll be yet to determine if that's a little bit of token pressure or if they're actually, they're going to face guard Carly, so that's more than token. Great job. A little bit of miscommunication by Carly and Gwaltney there. That's something they'll definitely get fixed as the year goes on. I thought you should have been there, but you were actually there. It kind of happens sometimes early in the year. So, Polk County crosses the timeline here. Fritchell with it, down to Fritz, no good. Gwaltney driving it up. She's hopefully looking at Carly, layup, no good. They definitely want her to be aggressive early because she hasn't played a whole lot, and you definitely want to teach aggression, and then when you get it aggressive enough, you can peel it back a little bit. Sydney with some good defense there. McKenzie, Sydney's she's just one of those girls that is always around the ball. Reminds me so much of Megan Newton, the way she was, just always around the ball. You'll find her around the ball at all times. Next dead ball we have will be our mask break or COVID TV timeout, whichever you prefer. Kinsey with there. Over to Vickery. Over to Sid. Sid for 13. That's a good looking shot. Just didn't fall. Sydney was being yelled at by her coaching staff to go get the ball, and Carly was definitely thinking, I'd like to just go get this bucket right here, but Coach Lawler got something in mind.
It's like we're running a play here. Let's
Definitely going to settle down here and get back to, looks like we're going to go with our pick and roll offense again. Great pass, 3-point shot, got it. Mackenzie Russell's a very underrated passer. One thing she can see up over the girls definitely helps with bird's eye view. And Carly has her feet ready. She shoots baskets. It don't matter if it's snowing, raining. That girl is doing some things, and she really works hard. It pays off on the court. Looks like no, you haven't did a COVID timeout, Brett.
I think they forgot the COVID timeout because we are only at we only have 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
So did they forget? I think they did.
I think it was just maybe a slip up. I think he thought that we already had it, and that's confusing for them. You have to understand these guys are only on their about 4th or 5th batch of this too.
Absolutely.
I mean, so this is a learning experience for everybody. But yes, definitely.
I wonder how hard it was to learn the electronic whistle.
That's what I was going to ask Brett when I talked to him. I would say it's tough. Someone else was commenting on that, and they said they couldn't hear the whistle very good at all, but that's not been our experience here. I've been able to hear the whistle really well.
I have too.
But I've definitely someone, I forgot who I was talking to, said it is hard to hear. I think actually it was Coach Herman at Hamilton County told me it was tough to hear it, and we've just not had that. I've just not had that experience in the 3 that I've been here. So it might be the officials that are the brand they have. I'm not sure. It's amazing technology.
I'm just so thankful for the referees who have stuck this out because I know it can't be easy changing that and then also wearing the mask and running and
that was just really good offense there. Carly rewarding Kinsey for running the court. That's definitely good. 38-15 Hawks with 2 to go. Long shot, long rebound. Squares up a 3. Got it. Hogg with a 3-pointer. H-O-G-G. Sydney crosses the timeline here. Girls going to take their time. Going to get a good look here. Vickery, she likes that spot right there. Oh, man. Every inch of the rim. Great kick out. Blaine up. Gets fouled. I believe Blaine was the shooter there. I believe in that mess of girls. Yep. She's been a little spark plug tonight, definitely. I definitely like what she's brought to the floor tonight.
I do too, and I like seeing the freshmen get this much playing time because it just means that, in the future gives them opportunity to grow.
This is definitely frustrating as a coach as you're looking over and you're thinking, man, those girls are freshmen. I'm going to see 3 more years of that. That's a great point. And you can see down there, I guarantee on this end, Coach Lawler, talking about the defensive end. Oh, great steal by Blaine. Great anticipation. Got it with the travel here. I'm going to say that maybe if the ball game was a little tightly contested, that might have been a trip. Not gonna speculate, but you always want to give the benefit of the doubt in situations like that. But yeah, alluding to back what you said, these referees, I tell you what, there's only one thing harder than 14 to 18-year-old kids in masks, and that's 30 and 40 and 50 and 60-year-old people in masks.
Absolutely.
Because it's hard for me to sit here and broadcast, and I'm not running up and down the floor and making calls and trying to keep up with these girls, definitely. And nor would I wouldn't take you up on that offer.
Got 1 minute left here in the third quarter.
Definitely what happens when Gwaltney tried to check in or kind of did a hockey sub. She just tried to run on the floor. You definitely run into that a lot early in the year. Hogg for 3, no good. Rich and Vickery after it. We're going to have a jump ball when this is all done. 50 seconds to go here in the third, and Hawks 38-18. I would say this game is sort of firmly in control, but when Coach Lahr goes back and watches it, he'll kill me for saying that, because he is one of the most superstitious guys I've ever met.
Yes, he's told me kind of about his superstitions and all the things.
He
that
definitely
he has to do.
He watched that. We had a turnover right there. He will. Yeah, you just had to say something. He'll say that tonight. I guarantee I get a text later. But yes, if he loses with a certain tie or outfit, that tie and outfit will go to the back of the pile on what he wears. If those girls play good and he's wearing a sweater vest, he'll wear a sweater vest until they lose. Blaine gets the rebound and she's gone. That girl can fly. Good pump fake up, no good. That is great. That was a. That right there is the equivalency to baking the most beautiful pie you've ever eaten. Right before you get to the dinner table, you drop it. Absolutely, that's just devastating for a freshman. But Coach Lahr that's what happens when you're a freshman. You make mistakes like that. Gwaltney didn't get over quick enough, didn't slide over, and she picked up their foul. Her second. Who do we have entered the game here?
I don't know where number 11. That's Briley.
Okay,
Nelson.
Briley Nelson. I know Briley real well. I give Briley a hard time when I'm in there, when I'm getting lunch in her mom's at the Oasis for sure. Briley's another really good kid, which I don't think there's a bad kid on our squad. We're very blessed in that regard. 13 seconds to go here. We're getting ready to wrap up the third quarter here. Sydney brings the ball across the timeline. That is something she would not have been comfortable with last year. Just definitely shows you some. Gwaltney drives it up, no good. Into the third.
Point advantage. How do you think Coach Lawler's feeling right now, going into the fourth quarter?
He's very excited about where he's at, I'm assuming. He's not pleased on the defensive end. There's been a couple of loose ends. You have to understand, that's just how he is. He could throw a perfect game in a baseball game, and he'd say, "Yeah, but I threw too many balls. I got to throw more strikes." That's just you don't ever get satisfied. Kind of what I alluded to earlier. But playing this amount of underclassmen. He's got to, if he wouldn't tell you, he'll shut his door and not tell nobody, but he'll grin and say, we had a really good effort through three here to see what happens in the fourth tonight, because these girls have done a lot of good things tonight, especially for freshmen and sophomores learning on the fly. Have done a lot of good things.
I agree.
So tomorrow the boys are traveling up to Thompsonville, correct?
That is correct.
And then do we have any more action?
I guess the weather
weather pending.
So we have boys tomorrow at Thompsonville.
And I think that's only varsity only, correct?
Varsity only.
Okay.
Friday, boys.
Okay.
Maybe Pope County.
Okay, I can get some confirmation on that. Give me just a second. I think you're right, by the way. Oh, yes, Polk County on February 12th. Yes, very good.
And then Carmi is
At
Saturday.
1 o'clock start, right?
Yeah, we're having freshman, JV, and varsity on Saturday.
So we got a triple header on Saturday.
Triple header. I'm excited for the kids, though.
Younger
kids.
That is great, because we've had a lot of varsity-only contests early, and these kids are missing out, too. I mean, granted, they have 3 more years, and hopefully we get back to the way things close to were, but those young kids need some exposure, too, so that's going to be exciting. Sydney handling the ball here in the fourth, doing a good job over to Vickery. Vickery down to Russell. Russell for 2. Great pass. Carly with the cleanup. No good. Up for 2. She gets fouled. Looks like they're going to get Fritch.
It's a great pass by Vickery in there to McKenzie. Just didn't finish it off.
That is a freshman making a sophomore junior type look, and that just shows you how much they're growing in the middle of these games. Early in the game, she didn't look down there quick enough. Ball was late. Turnover. This time, she looks directly down there, hits it. That's exactly what Coach Lahr preached at halftime. I guarantee it, and that was definitely a great outcome. Just didn't get the bucket, but that's just part of it sometimes.
I'm not sure what happened there, but we lost a point, so it is 39-18.
I'm going to say we just had maybe a little bit of a scoreboard hiccup. Coach Lawler wanting to pull the reins up here. I think more or less right now we're wanting to run our offense and get used to running the plays as they're supposed to be ran. And at this juncture of the game, he's well aware that Carly can lay the ball up. Swings it over to Carly. Carly being patient, back to Bickett. Bickett's going to take her time and survey things here. Polk County still in the man-to-man defense. Over to Carly. Carly for three. No good. Great rebound by Gwaltney. Sydney thinks about it, squares. Great look. No good. That's a great offense there. Got two really good quality looks there. Polk County coming back the other way here. Good look up to Hogg. No good. Fritch is up. No good. Kenzie with a big rebound. That's what you're talking about. Carly crosses the timeline. Coach Lawler calls the play from the side. Kenzie, you're going to look. Love the way she squares up and looks. Back at the Carly. Wouldn't doubt if they do a little bit of two-man game here, two-lady game here, rather. Carly takes it up. No good. Off of Carly, going to be going back this way. Polk County's going to cross the timeline here. Looks like they're in a 1-1-3 set. Over to the Vickery doesn't cut off baseline. Me and Coach said it at the same time. I don't know if you heard that, but that's definitely what we've been talking about the whole game. It's just like Coach Anderton said, that if he had a nickel for every time he's uttered the words "Don't give up baseline," that we would never see or hear from him again. Is what his exact quote was, and I'll never forget when I first started coaching for Coach Anderton. I didn't say that a whole lot, and by the end of the year, I was saying it more and more often than him. It gets ingrained into your brain.
We have a substitution here, Miss Ella Dennison, number 20.
All right, getting her first action of the evening, maybe?
Yes, I think so.
All righty. Carly bringing the ball up the floor, looking, push it. Great look to Gwaltney, no good. Hogg with the rebound. Over to Fritchell. Little high-low, got it. No help side there by the young Gallatin County Hawks, Lady Hawks. Carly drives it. Got her for a block here. We'll see if it's on the floor or in the act of shooting. Looks like in the act of shooting, Carly's going to get 2 free throws. First one is good. Carly to shoot her second one here. Hawks up 40-21. She didn't get it, no good. Polk County out to Fritchell. She's going to cross the timeline. Blaine to pick her up, over to Carly. Hogg with a 2. No good. Ella Dennison with her first rebound tonight. Definitely the coaching staff wants her to pin that under her chin. Don't throw the elbows, but you definitely get them wings out. That's your ball. You worked that hard down there to get it. You don't want to give it up. And that's something that she'll learn as the days go by. That's a good, really good rebound. We got turnover here by Polk County. They're coming the other way. Sydney does a great job of getting in front of her person she's guarding. And one here. Shoot one. I believe they're going to get Dennison.
I think that foul is on Dennison. So now we have a COVID timeout.
I didn't think Brett would miss it again. I really didn't.
Okay, so now I'm questioning the electronic whistles because I think they have their whistles under their mask. I don't see them holding anything.
No, that's a very good point.
So this whole time we've been bragging on the electronic whistles, but I don't think they're using them.
I don't either. Yeah, I believe we're using. I see one official definitely has a whistle. Yeah, that's a good point. But did it not sound like it was coming over the speaker to you?
I don't know.
I don't either now. I don't know what to believe anymore about anything. So. So we got 40-23 here. Hawks just want to keep doing the things they've done. The Lady Hawks want to do the things they've done the last three quarters. When you end a game, if you end a game sloppy as a coach, that's the last thing that you remember is that last 3 minutes. And it's hard to ever. A coach would tell you they'd rather start sloppy than end sloppy because that's the last thing you remember. It's like, oh God, that last 4 minutes.
You ever play golf?
Oh yes.
It's the exact same way.
Oh, I
see. If you start around
God,
bad
yes.
and end better, then you're in a good mood. If you start it good and you end bad,
yes,
no.
You're gonna say your clubs.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Oh, golf. I play 8 holes and swear I never play again. Make a par on the 9th, and I can't wait to do this again. You guys
wait to come back.
You want to get it? You want to go to the back 9? Definitely. Two, if it goes for Carly, good.
She's having a great night.
When that girl gets her feet set, she puts the ball in the bucket. That's for sure.
Like you said, though, she works at it.
This
is not something that is just
natural. She works.
Just luck
she
for
works.
her. I mean, she works, and
she'll be shooting. And I tell you what, if she's not shooting, she's running around town. I see her in Ridgeway all the time, working on her cardio, working on her game. I've seen her dribbling down the street. She works, and it shows. That's what I always tell my daughter. I was like, you want to be really good, but how much work do you want to put into being really good? Because those two are definitely different. Sit up for 2, no good. Waltney with a great rebound. Gets it out to Blaine. Blaine for 2. Nope, Mackenzie, she'll finish it off. That's just the effort play there. That's just one of those 50-50s that you look back on a coach and said, no, it didn't look the prettiest, but we just flat got it done right there. I tell you what I love about Polk County is no matter where the score is currently at, their coach isn't throwing a white flag. He's not mailing it in. He's in teaching right now because he's got the rest of the year to get ready for, and he's got goals, and they still have goals, and you got to play hard the whole time. That's a mentality. We play buzzer to buzzer, and that's just how it goes. Kenzie for 13 foot, no good. Great look. Blaine with another rebound. She is all over the floor. Love it. That's a freshman. That's nuts. They have some very talented young kids.
I think you're right, though. You think about these teams and how they're getting a limited number of games anyway, so any chance they can get to improve,
yes,
even if you're down 20, I mean,
you have to. Yes,
you have to take that opportunity to get your girls some action.
You can't mail in, and because you have 24 more opportunities like in years past. You know, I mean, every game's roughly 4% of your schedule right now. You know, so great defense by the Lady Hawks there. Kenzie just. When she gets her feet set and gets in position, she's just tough to do anything with down there. It's just remarkable how much a year difference makes. Sydney just so much more comfortable out on the floor. Noah alluded to it. Carly for 3, no good. And Carly loves it because she don't have to handle the ball the whole time. Definitely, because I tell you what, that is mentally straining on a person to handle the ball every dribble of every game. That is, it mentally wears you out.
Looks like our bench
Coach Lawler is going to do a line change. This probably is what I love the most. You have to reward all your kids when you get an opportunity. And as a coach, that is the biggest misconception, is they think, oh, coach, you got your favorites. You only want to play these 5 or 6. A coach hopes every day when he goes to the gym for the right reasons, he gets to play every kid that's on his bench. I know that's how I was.
Right.
And these girls right here, they're practicing against our girls. They're making our girls better. One time we had an Illinois team go undefeated in 2A, and their coach said, what was the biggest key to your success? He said, how big our subs brought it every night in practice. He said they would make our starters so much better, and he said it made the difference. Vickery with 2, great shot. So just kind of a touch on, just make sure your kid understands that role is important, because it is. If you don't have a good bench and you don't have a good positive bench, it leaches over into your starters, and your starters get better because the bench challenges them. So that's definitely the most underrated thing in sports, in my opinion. Rebound here. Help me with who had that rebound here. They did a line change on me.
Oh, that's J.C. Berger.
All right, J.C.
24.
All right,
Another
JC.
freshman.
Another freshman.
Do you know J.C.?
I do know J.C. coached her brother. Two of her brothers, actually.
She currently has a brother on the team, Jeremy.
Yes, yep, I coached him. So, yes, I do know J.C. J.C. once again, very good kid. Bradley to bring the ball up the floor here with a minute to go. Love how she keeps the ball low. Bringing it back out here. Bradley crosses, great use of the left hand. Down, great pass. Up and good, no good, but great look. Good hustle by Bradley with a dive there. Blaine. Going to stay right here for 34 more seconds. Say they're going to get Blaine out. Yep, there we go. She won't probably get the recognition of some of the other girls, but I really like some of the stuff she does.
I agree. She is. You can tell that she is going to put her full effort in every time she's
on
the floor.
Well, I tell you, she's going to put her nose in it, whether she wants to, they want her to or not, because she is just all over the place, and I love it. JC with some good closeout defense there. 3-point shot up and good, no good. Nelson across the floor. Picks up her dribble, looks to JC. JC for 2, got it, good bucket. You'll never hear a clap louder than the starters when one of the reserves gets a bucket. That's just a great feeling, because they put the work in like everybody. 3 up, no good. And we got a final here, guys. We got a Gallatin County Lady Hawks winner. Coach Lawler and his crew improved to 2-1. Great win tonight, 22-point victory over the Lady Pirates.
So we will see you guys back tomorrow for Thompsonville versus the boys basketball team, and then the girls were supposed to have a game on Thursday. That has been canceled. They were supposed to have a game on Saturday against El Dorado. That has also been canceled, but I think Coach Lawler's in the works of getting another team scheduled at some point. He wants to get as many games in as possible for these girls.
He will call everybody. He'll see if he can get a WNBA team down here if he has to, because he is that adamant about playing. So,
he is.
Guys, thank you for tuning in.